Welcome to the channel. If you like this video, why not like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Anyway, on with the story.
Disclaimer, I do not own Naruto. Legacy of the Messiah. Chapter 4, Enter the Cat. Fire Country, Konoha/Hospital. Naruto groaned as the morning sun shone through the open window. He sat up with another groan and rubbed his tired eyes before checking his surroundings. The room was white and he knew from experience that it was the hospital. Even if the villagers didn't physically hurt him, he was still an orphan and used to get injured at times. "You're awake, Brad, that's good," a voice said from the window and he turned his head swiftly towards it. "Ero Sennin," Naruto said cheerfully. "What are you doing here?" "To see you, of course. What? Didn't think I'd stop by and see how my student was doing?" Jiraiya asked with mock hurt. Naruto grumbled at that. "I bet you'd rather be off peeking though." Jiraiya grinned, but his expression suddenly saddened. "True. But I can't right now. Tell me, what is the last thing you remember, Naruto?" Naruto rested a hand on his head before answering. "I remember that I beat Gaara, but then, it's a blank." "That's when you passed out from exhaustion," Jiraiya told him. "Nice work with the cookie Yos no Jutsu, by the way, though I wish you didn't use it in the middle of the stadium. Be glad no one was hurt because you'd be in a cell right now instead of a hospital bed," Jiraiya told him. "Sorry," Naruto said weakly. "Don't worry about it, you got off lucky," said the Gamma Sennin. He shook his head before he continued, "That jutsu of yours. What did you call it?" "Shinra Tensei." Naruto nodded at that. "That's easily an S-rank jutsu and an extremely powerful one at that." "I have an S-rank jutsu?" "Heh, believe it," Naruto said with a grin. Jiraiya, however, had other ideas on the matter. "You weren't able to control it properly though. I was watching you at the end. Your gravity manipulation still needs some work." Naruto nodded, saddened. "I know." The Gamma Sennin sighed at that. "We'll work on that later. Maybe we can work on attracting objects instead of blowing everything away like you've been doing." "Who won, by the way?" Naruto asked, knowing that he couldn't have continued fighting in the condition he was in. "No one. Konoha was almost destroyed right after your match," the Gamma Sennin told him. Naruto's eyes widened at that. "What do you mean almost destroyed? What happened?" "Suna and Oto launched a combined attack on Konoha right after your match finished. We won and beat them back before they did too much damage, but there were casualties," Jiraiya said grimly. "Who died?" Naruto rarely stuttered, but he couldn't help it. "My former sensei, the Yondaime Hokage," answered the Gamma Sennin. "The old man is, damn it." Naruto clenched his fists as images of the man he had thought of as a grandfather flashed through his mind. How did he dash? He was interrupted swiftly. "It was my traitorous teammate, Orochimaru. He killed Sarutobi sensei with the aid of his Otonins," Jiraiya answered, already knowing what he was going to ask. "He'll pay for that," Naruto told him. Jiraiya nodded in understanding. "His time will come, but not right now." "So what do we do now?" Naruto asked, wondering where they would go from here. "Well, I'm heading out to find an old friend of mine. Her name's Tsunade. The council wants her to become the Yondaime Hokage," Jiraiya said with the sigh. "A new Hokage?" Naruto trailed off, not knowing his thoughts on the matter. "I'm also taking you along, Chunin Uzumaki," Jiraiya added with a grin. Naruto's eyes widened at what he had said. "I made Chunin." Jiraiya nodded in confirmation. "You defeated the Suna Jinchuuriki before a planned invasion." "Of course you made Chunin, kid." "Thank you," Naruto said with a smile. "You don't have to thank me, kid," the Gamma Sennin told him and turned his head towards the door. Knock knock. The door opened slightly and Ino poked her head into the room. "Can we come in?" "Yes, we're done here. I was just leaving anyhow," Jiraiya told her, and she opened the door, revealing the entirety of the Konoha 12 as they were dubbed and their sensei. Jiraiya turned his attention back to his student and said over his shoulder. "I'll talk to you later, Naruto. Meet me at the southern gates after the funeral tomorrow." Naruto nodded as he left. "I'll see you then." "Hey Naruto, who was the old guy?" Kiba asked him as he looked at where the old guy had gone. "My new sensei, he's really strong too. He took out a Jonin in one attack and didn't even look like he was trying," Naruto answered, remembering his first encounter with the man. "That was Jiraiya-sama," Asuma stated. "You did great, man, you totally kicked Gaara's ass," Kiba said with barely controlled glee. "Yeah, well, I don't think I could have done it without help," Naruto said truthfully. "Yeah, what's up with your eyes anyways? I never knew you had a bloodline," Kiba asked the question on everyone's minds. "Well, I don't know really, I mean I'm an orphan and I've never known who my parents are, so I don't know how I got it," Naruto answered honestly. "Now that I think about it, you don't really talk about yourself much, Naruto," Shikamaru commented, raising some eyebrows from the assembled group. "I mean, you always brag about how you're going to be Hokage, but I've never once heard you brag about something you've actually done. You didn't even brag about what you did to the Hokage monument a while back," he explained. "I don't know what you mean," Naruto said, simply wanting to get off the subject. "You're not even bragging about how you beat Gaara and made Chunin," Shikamaru deadpanned, stopping whatever anyone was going to say. "Why you made Chunin?" Ino asked, astonished. Not even Sasuke-kun had made Chunin yet. "Heir, yeah," Naruto replied nervously. "Congrats, man," Kiba said as he patted the bedridden boy. "How did you know, Shikamaru?" "I mean, only Jonin and above know who was promoted," Kurane asked the young Nara with a knowing smile. Shikamaru sighed, defeated. "I heard about it when I found out I was promoted to Chunin also." "Oh really?" Ino asked, surprised, though considering the amount of forethought he done in his match against Temari, it shouldn't be a surprise. "Troublesome," Shikamaru muttered. "Let's go celebrate," Kiba said as he stood up straight. Off in the corner, Naruto's teammates Haruno Sakura and Uchiha Sasuke each had their own thoughts on the matter. How could the dope have gotten so much power? How could he have a jujutsu that was able to defeat Gaara where even my Sharingan wasn't enough? What have I been doing all this time, were Sasuke's thoughts as he looked on Naruto's smiling face. "Sasuke-kun," Sakura thought worriedly as she looked over her crush. The next day the funeral was held for all of the ninja who fell during the Suna/Oto invasion, including the kind and strong Yondaime Hokage. It was a tearful ceremony for all who attended it, and even the sky wept for the loss of a great man. Finally it ended, however, and the sky cleared as everyone slowly left. Naruto reached the southern gates of the village and came across a rather unusual sight. Jiraiya was standing next to a girl, a 13-year-old girl to be precise. "Hey Ero-senin, I didn't take you for a pedophile. I thought that was the Hebai team's area," Naruto said with a grin. Jiraiya looked indignant at that. "I am not a pedophile, brat. This little missy right here is from Kumo, she's going to be coming with us." Naruto stared at her for a few seconds before asking, "Why?" "Apparently she's the new ambassador to Konoha," the Gama-senin explained. "Again, why?" Naruto asked, not understanding. The girl looked annoyed at this, though when Jiraiya saw the look on her face he almost mistook her for a miniature Tsunade. Her long blonde hair hung around her head and was tucked out of the way of her face. She wore a dark purple outfit which surprisingly fit her perfectly, and if he were to be honest with himself, if she put on Tsunade's clothes she would look just like the woman, only younger. "Do you have a problem with this?" "It's not like I want to be here, idiot," the girl grumbled. "What did you call me?" Naruto said as he narrowed his eyes. "I called you an idiot. Why? What are you going to do about it?" the Kumo-chunin asked with a grin. Before Naruto could retort, however, Jiraiya spoke up. "She's also the Raikage's granddaughter. Her name is Yatsuki nii Yujito." Yujito looked smug for a second as she thought, Now that he's heard who I'm related to, he'll act just like the rest. Naruto paused for a second before he scowled. I don't care if she's his grandmother. She shouldn't be here. I thought it was just going to be the two of us, Jiraiya-sensei. Yujito's eyes widened in surprise at what he had said. What did he just? Jiraiya shook his head and turned to leave. Sorry brat, but she's coming with us. Damn it, like things can't get worse, Naruto grumbled as he followed. Hey, wait up. Yujito called after them. After a good half a day walking, the three stopped to set up camp for the night, or should I say Jiraiya and Naruto were setting up camp. Yujito had disappeared an hour earlier. I thought you were going to teach me a new jutsu, not walk all day, Naruto grumbled under his breath as he tried to get a campfire started. Naruto, come here, Jiraiya spoke up from the trees. Naruto moved, followed his sensei into the trees and eventually came across what looked like rocks. Giant boulders littered the clearing, all of which looked like they had all been cut pretty deeply. What is this? Naruto asked. This is all the work of our new friend Yujito-san, Jiraiya told him seriously and nodded his head towards where said Kunoichi lay unconscious. She passed out from exhaustion a few minutes ago, he explained. She's strong, Naruto muttered as he surveyed the damage. Yes, she is. She's the I the Jinchuuriki, Jiraiya stated. You've mentioned that word before. What does Jinchuuriki mean? Naruto asked, having never heard the word before. It literally means power of the human sacrifice, but it really is a classification. It usually applies to those that have demons sealed inside of them, like you, answered the Gama-sennin. Right, Naruto whispered weakly. So she's just like me, he asked. Jiraiya nodded before saying, yes, she is. I'm going to teach you two jutsus, both of them are A-rank jutsus. You're going to teach me now, asked the Konoha-chunin. Jiraiya nodded again. I also want you to work on trying to reverse your control on gravity. Try to attract objects instead of blasting them away. The first jutsu I'm going to teach you is a jutsu created by my former student. He wanted you to have it, and I hear Kakashi was planning on teaching it to you when you made Chunin anyway, so this works out perfectly. Who wanted me to have it? Naruto asked, confused. My former student, the Yondaime Hokage, Namikaze Minato, replied the Gama-sennin. Naruto's eyes widened at that. He wanted me to dash. Watch carefully, Jiraiya told him as he held out his hand and started to spin a large amount of chakra in its palm. It became visible within moments and condensed into a perfect ball of power. A moment later he slammed it into a tree, causing it to explode outwards, destroying the tree and sending shock waves behind it. This jutsu is called the Raise Nan. Cool, was all Naruto could say. It is extremely difficult to learn, however. It took the Yondaime 3 years to create, and I myself took a year to learn it. Do not be surprised if you are unable to master it straight away, Jiraiya told. Naruto just grinned. I'll have it done in a month. That's a promise. Are you serious? Jiraiya asked with a raised eyebrow. He grinned when he saw his apprentice nod. Good luck then. What's the other jutsu you're going to teach me? Naruto asked him, hoping for another powerful one like the last. Jiraiya trailed off as his eyes hardened. I wasn't really planning on teaching you this one, but with another Jinchuuriki on this mission I can't help but want to be prepared for anything, so. He made several hand seals and held out his left hand. Gajyo-fun, he spoke as his 5 fingertips were engulfed in purple flames with kanji visible on them. This jutsu was specifically designed to disable Jinchuuriki. If it is applied to a Jinchuuriki seal, then their Biju's power will be closed off to them, the Gama-sennin explained. So you're teaching me this one because... Naruto trailed off as he looked over at Yujito's unconscious form. It's just a precaution, just in case she decides to try something, Jiraiya told him. He then walked over to the girl and picked her up. Come on. We should get back to camp. Right, Naruto nodded in understanding and followed his sensei, but he couldn't stop taking his eyes off of the girl's sleeping face. She's cute, what the hell am I saying? I like Sakura-chan, don't I?